Hey guys, it's OCP Communications, and welcome to a VHS, DVD / Blu Ray update, as well as a little bit of, well, it's not really unboxing because I kind of already did open these. There are a couple, I am expecting a couple more gifts. I just want to thank some of these people ahead of time. I believe it's Oliver Lawton. A YouTuber named Oliver Lawton is sending me jacks back from overseas, which is really generous. Anybody who's willing to send me stuff is generous. I'm speechless. I really don't have a lot of words can't express, you know. I mean, it's like, you don't have to do this. Campbell Fan 22 is doing it. He's sending me another package again in the mail. I haven't gotten it yet, but when I get it, I will make a video unboxing it. Adam Watson sent me something. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm pretty hopeful I will get it. He's sending it from all the way from the UK somewhere. It's going to take a while in order to get, you know, stuff from the UK. When I do get it, I'll do a video about it and so forth. And anyway, I just want to say that. I mean, I'm really thankful. It's really there's no words really, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, thank you for being generous. Thanks for being awesome, you guys. And thanks to, you know, my subscribers for watching and enjoying my videos and so forth and so on. I mean, for all these years, you know, I keep on doing this. Yeah, you know, and a lot of the reasons, you know, not only just for me, but also for you guys. So anyway, let's get to the update, shall we? Actually, we start out with a couple gifts I got from Dustin Keckler. Thank you, Dustin. He sent me stuff in the past before. He sent me Spookies on VHS, which is a movie that's not on DVD for some reason. And to be honest, Spookies actually looks like it might be pretty good. It looks interesting. I mean, it might be a good creature feature. Interesting special effects, Variety says on the back here. And I've seen the trailer for it, and it does look like it does have interesting special effects. And I'm a big fan of making special effects, so yeah, it looks like it might be interesting. That's Spookies. And he also sent me Popcorn. Now, I don't believe this is the official DVD, because maybe the official DVD is out of print, because I've never heard of Echelon Entertainment. But I did test this out, and the picture quality is perfectly fine, and I'm fine with it. I enjoy this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. The last time I saw it was actually the first time I saw it. I rented it off Netflix back in the day when I still had Netflix. So, and I enjoyed it. Buy a bag, go home in a box. Popcorn. Anyway, we're definitely really thankful for this DVD from Dustin Keckler. I will definitely review this sometime in the future, as well as Spookies for Dustin, as well as another one he wanted me to check out, and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. So yeah, thank you, Dustin, for Popcorn and Spookies. And now we're getting into, I'll show a couple Blu Rays that I got. Leviathan, the Shout Factory release. It has different cover art. I switched the cover art from the theatrical poster right here to the I think this is another version of the poster. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like the theatrical poster a lot too, but I'm all for a little bit of variety since I had the poster on my wall. You know, Leviathan. Ooh. Anyway, picture quality's great, sounds great. It's the best I've ever seen the film. Features are all right. They're over an hour total, like about an hour and 3 minutes or something. And there's no behind the scenes footage from back in the day. It's pretty much the interviews. They just have interviews with the makeup effects crew, Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr., as well as another guy who worked on it, Shannon Shea. And the majority of the interviews are this block of a 40-minute review. Not really a review, a 40-minute, still in review mode. A 40-minute interview with Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr. and Shannon Shea talking about their experiences on the set of Leviathan, and they call it the monster melting pot and so forth. And it's a mixed bag. It really is. I mean, hearing Shannon Shea say it's just a mediocre movie, Hearing Alec Gillis complain about the monster hand, I really didn't like that. He was just saying, "Oh, I have to talk about the hand effect. I'd rather talk about the failed prototypes from Alien 3 than the hand effect. I hate that effect." You know, and it's just really, I understand, maybe, it does explain it pretty well, like, why they had bad experiences, you know, on the set. I mean, Tom Woodruff Jr., who played the Leviathan creature, who was in the suit, he was hunched over like a hunchback for most of the time, and he was getting shocked, electric shocks, and it was to the point where he was actually feeling electric shocks while he's in the suit, and, you know, Stan Winston's, you know, then asked him, like, "Are you okay, Tom?" It's like, "Yeah, I just keep getting these electric shocks." And Stan's like, "Well, does it hurt?" And Tom's like, "No." And then Stan's like, "Well, then keep going." It's just like, what? And then you find that Stan Winston really did put a lot on these guys, asked them to build the suits as well, the dive suits, as well as do the creature effects that they're already behind on. And his whole reasoning was that, well, you know, you do the suits, then we have a little bit of extra time for you, you know, a little bit extra time to work on the creature effects, which I know you guys are behind on. And the rest of his crew was like, "Not that much extra time, and now we're working on another thing. Like, would this make sense? How? How, Stan? How does this make sense?" So it was kind of entertaining, really, to hear the sort of troubles on the set. But it's also kind of not the greatest thing to hear, you know, because a lot of it's like, it doesn't seem like anybody really had the best time, so to speak, shooting the film. Um, the best, bits of the features, though, are the interviews with Hector Elizondo and Ernie Hudson. Those are really, I love how Ernie Hudson is even mentioned on the back in terms of the features. Um, but Ernie Hudson and Hector Elizondo have some really entertaining, fun interviews. Hector Elizondo is a lot of fun, and he reminds me a lot of a friend of mine. He really does remind me a lot of my friend Effrey. It's like he's from New York. He's got the same sort of sense of humor. It's really, really kind of, I thought it was pretty fun. Maybe I had a little bit more fun with Hector Elizondo because it reminded me of my friend. But anyway, yeah, it's still a worthwhile pickup for fans of the film. It is the best quality I've seen the movie look, and you know, the features are interesting. Now, it doesn't have the featurette from back in the day that I found on Video Detective. That was like 5 minutes. For some reason, they don't have it on here. And you don't have a photo gallery. You don't have any TV spots. There's no interview with Peter Weller, because I guess he doesn't, maybe he doesn't like the movie. And it's not Alien Underwater. I'll get into that later. But anyway, that's my Leviathan Blu-ray from Shout Factory, Scream Factory. Pretty solid. I mean, it's nice to have it for the collection. Now this, Phantom of the Paradise, they decked this out with features. They did it. Scream Factory actually topped Arrow Video in terms of features with this. Arrow Video doesn't have some of the features. Their release doesn't have some of the features that Scream Factory's release does. And they brought back the slipcase too for this, and that's really cool. I really love Phantom of the Paradise. I actually like this movie more than Rocky Horror Picture Show, to be honest. I enjoy Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I like Phantom of the Paradise a little bit more. And it came first. And I'm really glad to have this. I didn't even have it officially on DVD before. So now I have the Blu-ray, and it's a really, really great Blu-ray. What it is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and I haven't actually watched the film yet. I'll wait for a review or whatever to do it. But it's a Blu-ray with the film and some features, and a DVD with even more features on it. This is the original poster art that I used for the Blu-ray here, with Phantom of the Paradise. And I even actually have a special treat for you guys whenever I actually end up reviewing this movie. Before my car accident, like about maybe a week or even earlier than that, before my car accident, I shot a sort of karaoke thing of me singing one of the songs from the film, and I recorded the audio and I made a video with it. Now, I will be posting that sometime in the future. It's just something that I've been waiting for a little bit, because it's something that's a little bit kind of hard for me to listen, because, you know, it's this whole sort of thing. It's like, it's almost like a part of me that isn't there anymore. I mean, it's you know, it's before the accident, before the scars, before all of that. But um, I still think I turned out really well. I mean, I think I'm really lucky to be here, and I really do appreciate every moment of my life after the accident and so forth, and finally got on my work done on my teeth. So I feel pretty good, honestly. But yeah, I'll post that sometime. But Fan of the Paradise is a great Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I mean, disc one has the Blu Ray, the high definition transfer of the film, new audio commentary, Jessica Harper, Garrett Graham, Archie Hahn, Peter Elbeling, Jeffrey Kaminer, and new interviews with director Brian De Palma, Paul Williams, and makeup effects artist Tom Berman. That's on the Blu-ray. Then on disc 2, the DVD, you have new interviews with producer Edward Pressman and drummer Gary Malaber, Paradise Regained, a documentary on the making of the film, an interview with Paul Williams before he passed away, moderated by Guillermo del Toro, interview with costume designer Rosanna Norton, alternate takes, swan song outtake footage, and the original theatrical trailer, TV and radio spots, and a still gallery. So if you're a big fan of Fan of the Paradise, this is a must-own for big fans of Fan of the Paradise. This is like the ultimate collector's edition for Fan of the Paradise fans. It's definitely, time at last. Anyway, yeah, I really love this movie. I really enjoy Fan of the Paradise. Love the soundtrack. Just really enjoy the film. Paul Williams is great. Paul Williams. Yeah, it's Paul Williams. It's actually Paul Williams hasn't passed away. I got it confused. But Paul Williams. It's William Finley, the actor who plays the Fan of the Paradise. He passed away recently, and I think the Paradise Regained documentary has some interviews with him before he passed away. Not Paul Williams. I corrected myself. No need for comments saying Paul Williams isn't dead. I know Paul Williams isn't dead. It's William Finley. Sadly, the Phantom himself passed away. I sold my soul for one love. Could count on me. Anyways, I really, really do enjoy the Phantom of the Paradise. Great soundtrack. Lovely. Lovely, wonderful movie. So that's Phantom of the Paradise. Blu-ray DVD set. Here's some stuff, DVDs I got recently. And then I'll go end the video with the VHS. Kingdom Hospital, the entire series, completely brand new at FYE for it was like $5 or less than that. It was like $3, $4. It was really cheap, completely brand new, unopened. Of course, I opened it, but I've heard good things about this series. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard this is one of the better Stephen King miniseries. So it'll be a while till I get around to reviewing this type of stuff because there's a lot of stuff to watch. It's 608 minutes. But, yeah, Kingdom Hospital. DVD set. And I got Altered States on DVD. I do enjoy this movie. I did a review of it before. I might do another review sometime later. This is my favorite Ken Russell film. This is a movie I think deserves a re-release. Why is this not on Blu-ray? Why does it not have more features? What is up with it? I mean, come on now, Warner Brothers. This is bare bones. This has got, it says 5 theatrical trailers, but that's bullshit. There's only 1 theatrical trailer for the movie. I don't know where they got the 5 theatrical trailers from. Maybe they're theatrical trailers for other movies, but they're not for Altered States. And there's 2 TV spots. They're right about that. But 5 theatrical trailers. Where the 5 theatrical trailers? But Altered States, trippy, weird movie. Not perfect. I wouldn't say, it's kind of like, I almost wouldn't even necessarily say it's a great film, but it is a good movie, and it is a cult classic along some people. So I really do think it deserves a better DVD than just the same DVD it's gotten for years and years and years over and over again from Warner Brothers. Blu-ray, please, for Altered States. Just my luck, it's probably already on Blu-ray overseas. Pumpkinhead, the collector's edition, because all I had it before was a bare bones release. Yeah, I know. Scream Factory's coming out with a new release soon. I can wait on that. and I could just watch this. And the reason why I got this is it was $3 at of all places, Winco. Yeah, Winco. Let that sink in. Winco had some DVDs. So I went to Winco, and they had this for like really cheap. It was actually $3.99. It was $4 brand new. So I went for that. And it has a lot of features, and pretty much the same features are going to get ported over to the Scream Factory release. And I checked out the quality of the DVD. It still looks pretty good. The menu looks a lot better than the old DVD I had. That's all I got. The old DVD I have, the menu looks like some fucking... It looks like it's really one of the ugliest fucking menus I've ever seen. I almost want to just put the DVD in my Blu Ray players one day and take a picture of it, because it is one of the ugliest fucking covers. Covers, but I mean ugliest fucking DVD menus I've ever seen. It just looks so fucking cheap. It looks like the menu for like that shitty Pumpkinhead 2 video game. Anyway, Pumpkinhead Collector's Edition has a lot of good features. A lot of Pumpkinhead fans probably already have this. So, Scream Factory I think is going to have a few extra things, and it's going to be on Blu Ray. So if you're really super gung-ho about Blu Ray, then okay. But if you're not, then you might as well just stick with this. I also picked up Clint Eastwood flick called The Rookie. This is a movie I actually watched a long time ago, and I for some reason I don't know, I was being nitpicky about it. I've always wanted to give it another look and actually review it, because I never actually reviewed the film. I like the trailer, I like the music, I like the quotes from Clint Eastwood, I like Charlie Sheen. What the hell? Why was I not liking the movie? It's going to be one of those movies that I'll probably watch when I rewatch stuff like Red Heat, where I did reviews of, and like was not being honestly fair in the film. So The Rookie, and of course this will be the first time I would have reviewed it anyway, but The Rookie, bare bones, doesn't have the HBO making of documentary that aired, which is actually pretty back in the day. It was actually pretty entertaining. Movie called Slayground. I have this on VHS, I believe, but this is like $3, and I decided why not. It's an Anchor Bay release. Checked it out, man. This Anchor Bay release, this DVD is from 2002, and it still looks fantastic in terms of quality, and you know, it's really, really good looking. Anchor Bay used to do just amazing jobs. I mean, I miss the old Anchor Bay. I really do. Fuck you, stars. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, Slayground is a movie that has Peter Coyote in it as the lead, and it's based on a novel by Donald Westlake, who was writing under the pseudonym Richard Stark, who's the author of Point Blank and Payback. And so yeah, Mel Smith is also in, as well as Billy Whitelaw, directed by Terry Bedford. I'll give this a look sometime. I mean, it just looked interesting to me. I saw the trailer, and I heard about the movie, and it was an Anchor Bay release. It was cheap, so I thought, why not? Playground. And then I got a Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, also known as Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Now, this is one that I have fond memories of. I caught it on Spike TV and on Godzilla Marathon like years ago, and I enjoyed what I saw. I had fun with it. So I've always been wanting to actually watch the whole thing someday and actually, you know, give my thoughts on it. And I got it used. It was cheap. It was like $6 for Godzilla vs. Hedorah, so I thought it was a pretty good deal, FYE. There's another one I'd like to get is Godzilla GMK sometime for my collection. The only Godzilla movies I really have. And there was actually a pretty good deal for the Godzilla box set. The one that has like the first 6 movies or something. It was like $17.99. If I had more cash to throw around, I would have gotten that box set as well. Used like $18 for less than $20 for the first 6 Godzilla movies. It's a huge deal. Usually the new set is like $30-40 brand new. So it's usually over $30 brand new. So $17.99 or something. That would have been a pretty good deal, but I just don't have it right now. But I got Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I would also like to get my hands on the original Godzilla sometime. I mean, you know, in a perfect world, I could get all of them, but I really don't have the funds to get all the Godzilla movies. They're very expensive and very rare and very hard to get. And but I would like to check them out. I would. I really would, because I remember not minding Godzilla in 1985. I know, right? I hated Godzilla 2000. And I don't mind the 1998 film. But really, other than the 1998 film and now this, except for some other Godzilla movies I have on VHS, this is the only one that I have on DVD is Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. But, you know, it's okay. You got to start somewhere. You start somewhere. So Godzilla vs. Smog Monster. Then I got this. Big fan of this movie. Terry Gilliam's Brazil. This is a Criterion Collection box set. This has, you know, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff that my Criterion Collection Laserdisc box set is. But, you know, it's a little bit better quality. And it has the final cut of the film, 3 discs. 3 discs, 3 separate cases are actually pretty cool. Final cut of the film, which is 142 minutes. And it's a mixed bag. I'm divided on the final cut. I really like certain aspects that are added to it. And, you know, there are certain stuff that is put in that really does work. But there's other stuff that I don't like the ending. I don't like the original ending that Terry Gilliam had. So our main character kills himself. I really love that. It's fantastic. So that's why I actually don't mind the Love Conquers All version. This is actually my preferred version of Brazil. Sue me! This is a version that I grew up with. This is the version I first saw, was the theatrical version, not the director's cut. So I really do. I don't mind the Love Conquers All version. I don't think it's that bad. I prefer the happier ending versus the director's cut. And I think the director's cut kind of drags a little bit. And then this is the production notebook, which has a lot of features on it. What is Brazil? A 30-minute featurette that's directed by Rob Hedden, who directed Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, Battle of Brazil Video History, which I think is related to this Brazil book. Yeah, I do have a book. I forgot about that. I forgot about that fucking... I have a Brazil book. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. It's by the same author, Jack Matthews. Yeah, it's a whole book about the battle that took place trying to get the film made. Then the production notebook, which where you have screenwriters Tom Stoppard and Charles McKeon illuminate the script's development through 3 drafts and 3 treatments. Production designer Norman Garwood displays his design for Brazil's unique sets. Costume designer James Atchison on the couture of fantasy and fascism. Storyboards for Terry Gilliam's original dream sequences, many of which did not make it into the film. And composer Michael Kamen unveils the sources of his score. A study of the special effects includes raw footage of unfinished effects, and theatrical trailer plus publicity and production stills. I believe there's also probably booklets in here. Yeah, there's a booklet here for the final cut of Brazil. That's what the disc looks like. It's upside down, but I've always wanted to get my hands on this set, so I was really glad to get this. And it was I got it for like $14, and it's a pretty good deal. It's pretty cheap, considering, you know, it's literally 3 discs. Pretty good deal. Now these 3, actually these 4, but starting off with these 3, I got for the 3 for $10 deal at my local pawn shop. Not really a pawn shop, it's at my movie rental place. Yeah, I still have a local movie rental place around my way. I really do, surprisingly enough. Anyway, so we have Super, James Gunn film that I actually haven't seen yet. You can make a good companion with Kick-Ass. Watch this and Kick-Ass, and you know, watch Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2. Check out Super. I still haven't seen this yet. I've heard good things about it, and I really love James Gunn's work. So, Super. Volume 1 and Volume 2 of George A. Romero's Dead Time Stories. Now, this says $5.99, but I did not pay $5.99 for these. These were doubles. So, I really enjoy anthologies, and this has 3 stories on them. Valley of the Shadow, Wet, and House Call is on the first volume. And then The Gorge on Sabbath Hill, and Dust is on the second one. And this would be a good companion to go with my Tom Holland's Twisted Tales DVD I have. And you know, I did download like a whole bunch of Masters of Horror episodes, which I would love to have all of those episodes too. I have some on DVD, mainly the Dario Argento ones, and I think I have one other like Pick Me Up, the Hitchhiker one. But I wouldn't mind having, you know, the Masters of Horror films on DVD as well, short movies that run Showtime. And then the last thing that I got from that pawn shop, not really pawn shop, the rental place, is John Dies at the End. I've been curious about this movie, directed by Don Coscarelli, based on a book. Saw the trailer, looked like it might be fun. So I'll definitely, punk rock Ghostbusters, huh? Interesting. So I'll definitely check this one out sometime. John Dies at the End. As well as all these others, like eventually, when I get around to it. And then the last couple stuff, Brazil, I got at buybacks, and these rest of the stuff here, I got at buybacks as well. And there's the Philadelphia Experiment, the original Anchor Bay DVD. Yeah, cover art's kind of lame. It's better than the re-release by Image, which makes it look like a direct-to-video movie. I don't know why they didn't just use the original cover art, which is alright, but I mean, it's still better than this. Or why didn't just use the really cool cover art I've seen on a VHS, but it's still fine. Anchor Bay release. There's no features on it, which is ridiculous. I mean, I have the VHS, which I'll just go grab it right now and show you guys proof that there is a VHS of Philadelphia Experiment, which has features on it that are not on the Anchor Bay DVD. And this is through collector's edition for R&G Video, Star Maker Entertainment, and I remember that they did release other stuff through Anchor Bay as well. So this is the Philadelphia Experiment VHS from Star Maker. Not the best video quality, but I'm still keeping this because of this. The Making of the Philadelphia Experiment 30-minute featurette. Not on the DVD. So, just like, you know, this one has a Making of Featurette along with Elvira. If you find the Elvira Collector's Edition, I think, which is through Star Maker as well, that has a Making of Featurette on it as well. And for some reason, the Making of Featurette, the Making of the Philadelphia Experiment, which is on this, is not on this or any other edition of the DVD, at least in the United States. So that's why I'm keeping this, is for the Making of Featurette. Which is like, what is going on? Why? That's really lame. I don't get it. Don't understand it. But anyway, I'm still really glad to have Philadelphia Experiment. I like this movie, Michael Paré, Nancy Allen. A movie that actually is executively produced by John Carpenter. And I think at one point he was thinking about directing it, but then this is at the point where in his career was after, you know, people labeled him a pornographer of violence for The Thing. His career was kind of on a downslide, which is really lame. But anyway, Philadelphia Experiment on DVD from Anchor Bay. And then I also have the sequel, Philadelphia Experiment 2 with Brad Johnson, which I remember not being that great of a film. But hey, now I can replace my VHS and, you know, alright, cool. Give this a look sometime. So now I have both Philadelphia Experiment movies on DVD, the first and the second one. Glare. Can you glare? Okay, there. Oh, there. So Philadelphia Experiment 1 and 2. And speaking of twos, best worst movie, the story behind the worst movie ever made, Troll 2. I've heard a lot of fun things about this documentary. I haven't seen it yet, and I actually haven't even seen Troll 2 yet. I only remember the trailers. You know, like you know, not gonna let you piss on hospitality. I won't allow it. Or, you know, the infamous, oh my God, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my God. I do have it on VHS. I do have Troll 2 on VHS. I don't have the Troll DVD, which has Troll and Troll 2. But I do have Troll 2 on VHS. Um, but I'm glad to have Best Worst Movie. I will definitely watch this sometime and probably maybe check out Troll 1 and 2. And then I also got another documentary, which I'm curious about, called Corman's World: Exploits of a Hollywood Rebel, which has interviews with, look, Peter Bogdanovich. Can I say his fucking name? Peter Bogdanovich. Peter B. Joe Dante, Jonathan Demme, Bruce Dern, Robert De Niro, Peter Fonda, Pam Grier, Ron Howard, Jack Nicholson, Eli Roth, and Martin Scorsese, as well as William Shatner and Quentin Tarantino. And yeah, I really enjoy making of, it's really not really making up, but I enjoy documentaries like this, Carbon's World. So I definitely give that a look sometime, along with Best Worst Movie. And then the last movie I got from Buybacks is Young Sherlock Holmes. I enjoy this movie. I did a review already. I'll probably do another one because that was really that was directly after my accident, folks. Like I was still like really hurting and on painkillers and shit, and fucking not even using a camera. So I'd probably do another review of this sometime, along with Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes movies. Which no, even though the cover art wants to make you think they're related, they're not. But you know what? I really don't care because I actually kind of like this cover art a little bit more than the cover art they used. Because the cover art that they had on the DVD is pretty much this on the DVD. And I actually prefer the sort of Guy Ritchie look because hey, it looks perfectly. Hey, it look really good next to my other Sherlock Holmes movies. But yeah, this is a one Barry Levinson flick that's very underrated, along with Toys, in my opinion. It's Young Sherlock Holmes. I really had a lot of good memories of this. I grew up watching it, and I enjoy Young Sherlock Holmes. So that's Young Sherlock Holmes, and now we get to the VHS tapes, and then that'll be it for this installment. Spider-Man, the animated series, The Sins of the Fathers. 80 minutes. I believe this is pretty much the one about Daredevil, Kingpin, and then the guy who's Spot. The Kingpin, Daredevil, Spidey. See, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's Spider-Man. It's the 1990s animated series, and I have another one of these. I think I have the Spider Slayer one, and I hope I didn't just get the same one that I already have, which I don't think that's the case. Even if it is, whatever. This is incredibly, you can't get these officially on DVD in the US for some reason, so. And if you wanted to get it officially overseas, there's a big box set that has every episode of the 90s series overseas, but guess what? It's out of print. And guess what? You want it, you're paying $200 or maybe even more money than $200 to get it. So guess what? You're fucked either way. But unless you're rich. But yeah, Spider-Man animated series, like, come on, fucking Marvel, Disney, whoever the fuck has the rights, get your up off your ass and release this show on DVD in the United States. People would buy. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be on Blu Ray. Okay, this show has a huge fan base, and they have been waiting long enough to have that show on DVD. So that's it for the Spider-Man VHS. Here's a few more VHS tapes. Michael Dudikoff flick called Countermeasures. It's a Platinum Entertainment VHS, which means shitty quality. But it's for my Michael Dudikoff collection. And then I actually got one that I didn't even know he was even in a movie like this. Michael Dudikoff in a Western with Randy Travis and Andrew Stevens called The Shooter. I love how they use pictures, though, from, like, different movies. But you can see Michael Dudikoff as a cowboy. So, yeah, Michael Dudikoff in a Western called The Shooter. So I'll definitely give that a look sometime. And then this is an interesting TV movie, HBO flick, Fatherland. Rutger Hauer, Miranda Richardson. It's 1964. What if Hitler had won the war? And I believe it's based on a book Yeah, I believe it's based on a book, based on a novel by Robert Harris. And I haven't seen it. I've only seen the trailer, and I like the premise. It's like kind of an interesting sort of alternate dimension, alternate reality. Where what if the Nazis had won World War II? In 1964, Berlin, the whole city prepares for the Führer's 75th birthday celebration. You read that right. 2 decades earlier, Hitler's forces turned back the D-Day invasion and won the war. Now the victorious chancellor plans to meet U.S. President Joseph Kennedy Sr. and sign a treaty that will thaw the long Cold War that followed and bury forever World War II's most horrific secret. Rutger Hauer and Miranda Richardson race against time through the superstate of Germania in Fatherland, the taut thriller from Robert Harris's bestseller that rewrites history into a nerve-jangling what if. For decades, the world has believed the Reich's claim that 6 million Jews were resettled in the East. Now a German policeman and an American journalist have uncovered the truth about the Nazi death camps. Hitler's reign will be destroyed if the world finds out, and that's something the Gestapo can never allow. And, yeah, I'll definitely give this a look sometime. Fatherland. Rutger Hauer. Another flick. This is mainly because I got a lot of these VHS I got for really cheap at Value Village. They had this deal on Monday where you already got like 20% off, 25% off anything. And then on top of that, they have this deal where you buy 4 VHS, you get them for all 4 for $1. So I got more than that, so they just tallied them up, and it was like really, really cheap. Primary Motive, starring Judd Nelson, Richard Jordan, Sally Kirkland, Justine Bateman, and John Savage. It's pretty much a political thriller, which, you know, I got it mainly for the cast. I mean, I like Judd Nelson. And because it was cheap. Here's another one. Subway. Yes, that's Christopher Lambert. And I don't know, is that a lightsaber? I don't think he's wielding lightsabers in this movie. Subway. Lightsabers? Is there lightsabers in this? Roller skating purse snatchers. I know Isabella Johnny is in it. Yes, that is the Highlander. That is Christopher Lambert wielding some light sword and having handcuffs on his wrists. On his wrist for some reason. Produced by Luc Besson. Directed by Luc Besson. It's directed by Luc Besson. Huh, interesting. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, Luke. Gotta start somewhere. Here's a flick called Prisoners of the Sun, which I saw a trailer for and it actually looked interesting, so I'm actually glad I was able to pick it up. It stars Brian Brown, George Takei, and Terry O'Quinn. And it takes place in the aftermath of World War II. A remote island in the South Pacific is a location of a horrific discovery. A mass grave of brutally executed Australian POWs. A tough military lawyer, played by Brian Brown, and his team are dispatched to the scene to determine the extent of the war crimes and prosecute the now interned Japanese guards. Sent to protect the post-war interests of the United States government, and a Japanese commander, played by George Takei, who has sworn his troops to a blood oath of silence. In tradition of Breaker Morant, Prisoners of the Sun is a gripping wartime drama about the struggle between truth and honor and one man's determined fight for justice. Brian Brown gives his best and most electrifying performance to date in this true story that gripped 2 nations and shocked the world. So yeah, Prisoners of the Sun. George Takei did star in a movie that wasn't just Star Trek. And speaking of Brian Brown, I meant to actually show this, but I forgot about it. I think I've already showed this in another review, but whatever. Not another review. Still in review mode. Fuck. Another update, but FX, the first film, enjoyable movie. DVD, really honestly could use a better DVD. And then I also got FX2. So that was a pretty fun sequel. It wasn't R like the first film, but it still had a lot of enjoyable stuff going for it. Both these movies could use re-releases with better quality, because the picture quality on these, at least on my Blu Ray player, is really not that good. Watchable, but it could be a lot better. So going back to some more VHS. Stranger by Night. Just funny. I recently saw this cover art on like a website and I made fun of it, and now I find it. I mean, Stephen Bauer, Jennifer Rubin, and William Catt. It's because Stephen Bauer looked completely disinterested on this cover. Like, I'm in a movie, really. I'm in a movie. Like that's what the look on his face like. It looks like he's not interested in. It just looks like he's bored. Literally, it just looks like he's fucking bored. He's like. It's like he did it for the paycheck. That's it. It's an Apex Entertainment movie. That doesn't really look like much, but hey, for the collection. But I mean, really, really. And then this is one I've actually seen the trailer for. I'm kind of curious about. It's a gangster flick called Babyface Nelson, which has C. Thomas Howell in it. C. Thomas Howell plays Babyface Nelson. George Nelson, which is probably very, very embellished because it's a New Horizons flick. But I'll give it a look sometime. I mean, look. C. Thomas Howell with Tommy gun, double Tommy guns, man. And it's like it might be fun. See Babyface Nelson. You also have Lisa Zane in it, and Doug Wirt, Martin Cove, and F. Murray Abraham as Al Capone. Babyface Nelson. Then this one, I thought this was like a stunt video at first, and then I saw this and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I was like, okay, all right, Action USA. Like, does it have anything to do with it? It's like the sequel to Invasion USA. The Avenging Force is already the sequel to Invasion USA, but Action USA. And then this is like a stunt video. And that's why I didn't even bother. Like I walked by it, and then I looked at it again, and then I said, "All right, let's take a look at it." And then I'm like, "There's credits, and there's people, and there's Ross Hagen as Drago, and Gregory Scott Cummins, Cameron Mitchell, William Smith, directed by Jon Stewart." not the same Jon Stewart you're thinking of, and then I looked on the back. I'm like, "This is your free copy for the full-length feature, not for resale." Dude, well, Imperial Entertainment, how did this happen? But anyway, Billy Ray's a bad risk. He took the mob's family jewels, and now they want his. They tried beating and scaring it out of him, but he's not giving them up. So they kill him. Now everyone believes Carmen must know where the jewels are. The mafia boss has brought in his top gun to find her and the jewels. This slime ball is just trained killers follow our heroes through car crashes and gun battles across the state of Texas, leaving a trail of fireballs and hunks of twisted metal. I mean, it looks like it's definitely got some stunts. I mean, a school bus there. There's something to do with jewels, I guess. It's a pretty weird looking fucking diamond. And I just love this. It's like, Top Gun. It's like, so? What, are you trying to trick people into thinking this is related to Top Gun? I mean, Action USA. I mean, what else can I fucking say about this thing? I mean, you know, only in the 80s and only on VHS, this kind of stuff. Action USA. Like, I have no idea what else to say about that. Then you have this Body Shot. Which, hey, doesn't that picture look familiar of Robert Patrick? Well, it should, because it's Robert Patrick from T2. It's the Robert Patrick. This is not a picture of Robert Patrick from the movie, because Robert Patrick has longer hair. It's really funny. It's like, hey, let's use a stock photo of Robert Patrick from T2 to trick people into thinking that it's almost the same movie. He plays a rough-edged LA paparazzo called Mickey Dane, and it's an erotic thriller starring Robert Patrick and Michelle Johnson and Ray Wise, and it's directed by Dimitri Logotheus, the same guy who directed Slaughterhouse Rock. But yeah, Body Shot. Then I got this one, One Tough Cop with Stephen Baldwin. Chris Penn, Gina Gershon. And then No Man's Land, which is an 80s flick that with Charlie Sheen a lot of people don't really remember, let alone really talk about. Which I remember not being that bad. Starring Charlie Sheen and D.B. Sweeney, and with the score by Basil Polidorus, of all people. So yeah, No Man's Land. So anyway, that's it for my VHS, DVD, Blu-ray update. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. See ya.